Ein sonniges Hallo aus San Diego, ich bin's, eure Vanessa. Wir sind für euch einmal um die halbe Welt gereist, denn hier in San Diego findet die nächsten 4 Tage die größte Comicmesse der Welt statt, die Comic-Con 2011.
Here we have the crew from In Time, Justin Timberlake, Amanda Seyfried, and director Andrew Niccol. So let's get started. Kate, can you start right here with this gentleman?
We're very excited to be here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Roberto from Brazil.
Hi.
I have a question for the three of you. What was so important about the themes of the movie? The continuation of our lifespan, so to speak, that interested you as an artist, as a director, and about you guys. How did you get involved with the project, and how do you think of the theme of it?
Start with you. You created it.
Yeah, it's my fault, so I'll start. For me, it was just the theme of immortality, the idea of the desire to live forever. So that's what brought me in. But it's also, the movie for me is also like the child of Gattaca. It's just the genetic engineering has gotten better.
He gave a very short...
Sorry.
No, that's okay. It was good, quick, to the point. Hearing him talk about it when we first met and seeing, you know, the world that he had created, that's what really inspired me to come onto the project. And we talked about, you know, the sort of the idea that we're all searching for the fountain of youth, so to speak, and what would happen if we, through science, could actually achieve looking young and living forever. And what Andrew so brilliantly created with that was the juxtaposition that obviously the risk of overpopulation, and at lack of a better term, the establishment kind of dehumanizing us by regulating our lives and making time the currency. That when you turn 25, a year on your body clock starts, which is it's on your left forearm, and you're made aware of how much time you have to live. And so you work. I play Will Salas. You know, he introduced me to this character, and I just fell in love with the young man that he was, being put in, you know, an ordinary person being put in extraordinary or sort of fantastical situations. He wakes up every day. He lives in the slum. He's kind of an everyday man, but poor. He wakes up with 23 hours on his body clock, and so he only has a day to live. So the hypothesis being, how would you function? How would you live? What would and those type of extenuating circumstances, to have to beg, steal, borrow, even kill maybe, to stay alive. And so that's what attracted me to the project.
Same.
Now, the good news in this world is that, yes, you stop aging at 25. The bad news is that you're genetically engineered to have 1 more year to live. So there's the issue.
Yeah. Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
With a Truman Show and then also Simone, you have this incredible talent to sense the zeitgeist of our society. So in which way do you feel, what do you say with this movie about today's times now? And for the actors, since you took the role and you read the script, what did you see in terms of society and zeitgeist and, you know, overpopulation and whatever we have here?
I'll answer that one again, because you embarrass Andrew when you make him talk about what he actually does. I think it's no. I think it's mostly unfair that he won't be able to do it again if he actually has to talk about it. But I agree with you. I think that Andrew has an uncanny sense and ability to use a medium like the films that he writes and directs to, at lack of a better term, make us look in the mirror a little bit. He does them in such a smart, thoughtful way that and that's what I really love about this film, is that, you know, we've used an anti-hero who in turn is forced to become a hero, and we live through him in this world. But the bigger part of, you know, the picture is that, you know, everything that we've described, those are all the causes of how this movie gets started. Now the effect of them is that naturally society has been split up into two halves. There is no middle class. There's the very rich who can live forever, and the poor who die every day. And so I do think it is, like you said, in the zeitgeist of how we could probably look in the mirror and say, that's not far from our economy. I'm not going into politics anytime soon, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that. Feel comfortable with that.
Yes, I mean, it is a comment on, a little bit on our desire to stay young forever. It's no accident it was filmed in Los Angeles. I mean, we don't say it's Los Angeles in the movie, but we don't say that it's not, because it is the capital of staying young forever. But, so it's a comment on that, and as Justin said, it's also a little comment on sort of economic enslavement. But no one will go to the movie if I say that, so I'll just stop saying it.
Yeah.
I just think it's amazing how, after reading a script like this, it's such an amazing, intense concept. And just to be able to wrap your head around it and actually feel like it's almost real, like it's justified, it makes sense to you at the end, is amazing, because then you can connect to the characters and the way they feel, the way we all feel. I mean, they're very real characters in a very exaggerated world. And he can, like, only a few people can do that, can write a script like that and create a world like that where you actually feel like it's possible. So yeah, it's a completely original idea. Obviously, this is he's the king of ideas like this, and
I wrote that for her. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're just describing him as a writer, but the other thing that he does that is kind of so amazing to me is that as a director, he has the ability to create a thrill ride in the midst of all that. You know, all of those ideas, he has the ability to create a thrill ride, and this movie is really thrilling. I feel like it stays a couple of steps ahead of you the whole time, and it doesn't really give you a chance to catch your breath. And that's the other thing that was exciting for me, is I've never done, in my short time, I haven't done a film like this, and so I was excited to jump in those running shoes. I run a lot in this movie.
Well,
Literally.
Justin, along those lines, we've seen you show your stuff as an actor, obviously in the comedies, and also as a dramatic actor in films like Social Network and Alpha Dog. What does the action genre give you to explore as an actor?
You know, it gives a different physicality to a performance. I'm from Tennessee, and it's no secret we like to shoot guns, so that was pretty cool. You know, I was excited because I feel like this movie in particular, I feel like it's my type of action character to play, because he is thoughtful, and it's a very intimate. While it is thrilling, it's also very, I feel like this movie is very performance-driven and an intimate experience as well, and that was attractive to me, to get, you know, you always want to get under the character's skin and find what's relative, but the physicality of it, you know, it's fun to drive cars really fast and shoot guns and not get arrested for it, and so, you know, that was fun for me.
I mean, while you're in shape, why not?
Yeah, while I'm young.
I want to ask you guys, in about an hour, you're going to have to present this in front of a much bigger audience. This is not a franchise movie. It's not based on, you know, prepackaged source material. How do you sort of get this movie out there among all the white noise, and especially in this genre? You know, are you guys worried at all about the reception you're going to get, and sort of how you get the word out?
think we'll get out alive. I think.
Yeah, as long as I have my limbs when we walk out, I'll be satisfied. I know we have a piece we're going to show, so we're excited about that. You're right. It is a very, I would argue, hopefully about your franchise comment. But I think that anytime you create something that's a little bit left of center or a bird of a different feather, you know, that's what I love about Comic-Con. You know, it's my first time here, and that's what I'm excited to be here, because a movie like this, it's intense, it's thrilling, but it says a lot, and you need an experience like this to sit down and talk about it. I mean, we're really excited about it. Obviously, we're here,
I think it's a misnomer anyway to call it Comic-Con now. It's sort of fantasy con, sci-fi con, thriller con.
It should just be called con at this point.
Everything con. No, I mean, I love the movie. I love movies like this because I want to go to the theater and discover. You know, I think that while what you're presenting is an obstacle, I think it's also kind of, you know, at least we don't have the pressure of, you know, existing comic books that, you know, tell us what we have to do. And I would feel probably way more nervous about that. I have some friends who are about to do that. I just worked with recently, and I'm very excited for them, but I know that they're probably very nervous too. So I think we also have in a way that's exciting for us, that we are coming in with original material, and we do have something that is a little bit different, and so I'm excited about it.
Right here, and then the last question.
You all touched on what this film makes you question, but I'm curious, what will this film make American audiences question? And are American audiences ready for a class warfare film?
It's much more than that. I mean, a lot of people go for the movie on different levels. I mean, a lot of people just go for the chases, the guns, the action, because it's a thrilling ride. But if you want it, but there are ideas there as well. There's also a love story that we haven't even touched on. But so there's a lot of elements other than that. I mean, that's just, you know, that's what we put in the press notes. You know, that probably won't be in the trailer.
I have a clause in my contract that says if you put someone as beautiful as Amanda in the movie, I have to fall in love with her. So, sorry.
Yeah, no, but we're throwing that out there with the posters and stuff like that. We're also showing that, you know, not only is it like a science fiction movie, but it's also just a lot of things. Yeah.
I mean, it's a thriller. It's a thriller that happens to have a lot of different elements. It is. Just come see the presentation.
Yeah.
Hello, Rocío Ayuso from Spain. As far as it's still called Comic-Con, how much of fans are you from comics in particular? How much of a geek is in any of you, please?
We all got some geek in us.
I mean, there's so many different definitions of geek. I mean,
And they're all here.
Yes.
Are there? I mean, I feel like I'm not into comic books or anything. Are you a geek if you're into comic books?
I mean, I know you well enough to know that you're pretty much a geek. So
yeah, but I mean, not in terms of Comic-Con geekness.
No, I mean, I'm into video games. My favorite comic books when I was a kid were the Archie comics. But I think that's probably apparent in my mission to make you laugh. So, but yeah, I mean, I grew up loving action films. When I was a kid, First Blood was one of my favorite films.
What?
I love that movie. It's a great movie. That's just a classic action movie. First Blood. Yeah.
Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you First Blood?
No.
Colonel, did you First Blood?
My favorite was Richard Crenna's line where he says, When he walks out of the tent, I only suggest one thing. He turns around and goes, a good supply of body bags. That was,
More.
yeah. No, that's it. I have to pay for more.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Very. That was something that was really important to us. Andrew and I talked about that a lot because it's,